With so many franchises, national and international, and over 110 different housewives in its history, it's easy to let a few slip through the cracks. Today, we're going to be discussing housewives you forgot even freaking existed. Let's get into it. Number one on our list has to be easily the most forgettable housewife of all time, Cindy Barshop of Real Housewives of New York fame. It took me a minute to find her because I was convinced her name was Lisa, and I just really couldn't accept that her name was Cindy. Oh yes, if your memory is sharp, you might remember Cindy as the housewife who owned some women's sexual health spas around New York City and the tri-state area. She was a master vajazzler and a businesswoman alike because she didn't go an episode without mentioning that shit. Trust. From my research, it looks like Cindy still lives in New York City with her quote-unquote superstar twins. She's a single mother and owes about $140,000 to the IRS. I guess vajazzling just isn't that much of a lucrative business anymore. But keep on keeping on, Cindy, and you're very forgettable. Our next forgettable housewife on the list is Peggy Sulaheem of Real Housewives of Orange County Season 12. There's not much to say about her. She was sort of just a quiet, boring-ass woman that they brought on. She did have some interesting things going on in her life, but ultimately she just faked a bunch of fights and was a little bit of a homophobe, if I remember correctly. And her husband Deco was weirdly fucking protective of her, but also wanted to be on camera as much as possible. He wanted those 15 minutes of Real Housewife husband fame, and he got it a little bit. He was a bartender on Watch What Happens Live, which is really all you could ask of him. Peggy seems to be doing well, living her best rich lady life in Orange County, cancer-free. I noticed she's selling some Peggy's Teas hairspray on her Instagram, so you might want to pick that up and throw her some love, I'm sure she would appreciate it. Next on our list is Joyce Gerard of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Season 4. She was that pageant queen, Miss Goody Two-Shoe, boring-ass woman. She only lasted one season with that Wiccan Carlton lady. That season was so boring. And I think it was just completely wrongly cast. Joyce was just not it. She didn't even make it on an episode of Watch What Happens Live. I can't find any evidence of her being on it. So Andy must have been this bitch is even too boring to be on my show. So yeah, she seems to be just doing her thing. She's married to some producer in Hollywood, and she really promotes her IMDb reel, and TMZ stops her once in a while, but I think that she's just a forgettable bitch, and on to the next. Number 4 on our list is Jules Weinstein of Season 8 of Real Housewives of New York. She was that girl who had an eating disorder in her past, and her castmates just couldn't help but, bring that up 24/7 and throw it in her face. I actually like Jules, to be honest. I thought that her storyline with her schlubby cheating husband could have been interesting for the next season, but it was kind of a unanimous thing among people online that she was boring and had to be fired, so that's what Andy Cohen did. Jules and her cheating husband are still page 6 fixtures, although it seems to be dwindling now. She has a modern clearing tonic detox drink that she hawks on Instagram, and she seems to be still calling the paparazzi on herself. So, try to stay relevant, Jules. You got this, babe. Anyway, let's see who's next. Last but not least, we have a major throwback. I'm talking Season 1 of Real Housewives of Atlanta, Deshawn Snow. She is the definition of forgettable, but she was cute. She was married to some NBA player who she's now divorced from because he cheated, of course, and she runs the Deshawn Snow Foundation, which helps teen girls with self-esteem issues. She penned a book called Little Shawnee about tween girls and their self-esteem, which is cute, real cute, and she has 3 sons. She seems to be doing well, other than getting divorced. But she was a one-seasoner and first season one-seasoner. So, it's not hard to forget her, but we still love you, Deshawn. If you're in the season 1 of A Real Housewives, you're like iconic. You're like golden. You were filmed in non-HD, terrible lighting, and you really lived through hell. So, we stand. We love. Well, that's it for my list. I hope you guys enjoyed going down Real Housewives memory lane. I didn't include any from New Jersey because I honestly stopped watching after season 3. And before season 3, they were all iconic and memorable, so I didn't even have to go there. I'm sure I forgot some, so please comment, if it jogged your memory, some forgettable housewives that I missed. And I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe and like.